Thank you.
I'm offended.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today is already July 19th in the year 2017. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, so I'd like to begin our council meeting by starting off first. If you're able, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much.
We have an echo again.
Pardon me?
I said I think we have an echo again.
There's a little, I could hear the pledge behind us as we were saying it. Thanks, Zach. Thank you, Todd. First on the agenda is, may I have a roll call, please?
Steve Hamill.
Here.
Randy Funker.
Here.
Brad Hint.
Here.
Greg Gills.
Here.
Zach Sawyer.
Here.
Thank you. And then before we begin the full agenda, I would like to point out that we will move a couple of items. We will do new business number 7 before we do number 6. Very simple little toggle there, okay? So let's move into first item is public comments. Are there any public comments? There are none, so we will move on to the consent agenda. Any questions, comments regarding the consent agenda?
Make the motion to approve.
Support.
Thank you. Last request for any questions or comments? I would like to point out that on August 4, when Shotzi's has their outdoor grill, Randy has said he will continue to do like he's done in the past and let the neighbors know of the event that will take place at Shotzi's. And thank you, Randy, for taking care of that. We appreciate it. So, and if there are no other comments, I will take a roll call, please.
Funker.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hamill.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Randy. Moving into new business, first on the agenda, number 3, is we have Kiana Johnson here from the O'Brien County Economic Development, and she'll give us a report. Thank you. It's been a little while.
Yes, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's been crazy.
Thank you for having me tonight. I did put a report in front of each of you. It's the report I prepare annually for the Board of Supervisors, and then I give the same report to all the councils. So I won't read through the entire thing, but I would just like to recap. On the front page are the list of... That's okay.
Stop and smile. Get your picture, Tom.
The board members, we have a representative from each community, and then the O'Brien County Board of Supervisors, they rotate a member off the board every year. Your rep from Sheldon is Kurt Strauss. Anytime you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to contact anybody on this list or myself. First thing, the financial highlights. The greatest tool we have in our toolkit is our revolving loan fund. Back in 2006, we received $500,000 from the USDA. And then in 2014, we were looking for additional funds, and we were able to take over the Storm Lake $400,000 IRP. In addition to that, we took over one of their loans, Harvest International, and we've collected on that as well. Then in 2015, we were out of RLF funds again. I wrote a Red Lake grant to the USDA, and we scored 5th highest in the nation. We received $196,910.
Nice.
Those funds were already committed before we received them, so I wrote another IRP loan. We just received notice, I think it was in January or February of this year, that we were awarded another $500,000. We are closing on that right at this time. We already have $258,000 of that committed to a loan.
Wow.
So the committee members, I have their names listed there. You do have a Sheldon rep on that committee, Dan Mattis. Again, any questions, comments, or information, you're welcome to contact any of the members on this list or myself directly. We are gap financing. We do 1/3 of the total project cost. We do not exceed $250,000. Gap financing is we do a percentage of the bank rate. Typically, we do a 10-year amortization with a 5-year balloon payment. Therefore, then the interest rate would be 70% of the bank rate.
It's a ghost.
Okay. Also on the bottom, there is a little note that we are audited, Williams & Company, did our audit in 2016, and we did receive a good report from them. On the third page is a list of our revolving loan funds. Since 1993 through 2016, we had made 48 loans. Loan amounts totaling $3,646,251. We also include the capital investments those projects have made in O'Brien County, and it's over $38 million. We also track the jobs saved and the jobs created. Those jobs that we saved were due to the revolving loan fund, and those totaled 328. Out of those loans, a little over $1 million were for businesses in the Sheldon community. And then on the next page, am I doing that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Sorry, Kiana.
That's okay. This is a new attachment, and we really appreciate the contribution dollars we get from the cities. And I wanted to show that we use the money we get and we leverage it for more money. So we're very frugal with how we spend and very aware that we are getting those dollars from the communities in the county. So there's a list from 2006, all the grants and loans we received that we had to leverage dollars for in order to receive them. So I just kind of want to show the partnerships we have with the utilities and Western Iowa Tourism and IEDA, and how we've been able to leverage that money for over $242,000 in grant dollars and also a little $1,400,000 in loan money.
Wow.
Then on the last page, I just have a few committee highlights. O'Brien County Tourism, you do have, I'd say, 3 representatives from the Sheldon community: Nancy McDowell, Glenna Farnsworth, and Chanel Mattis. Last year, we received a few grants from IEDA. We did 2 new marketing banners, and then we also hosted a series of workshops with the Iowa Museum Association, and we received a little over $3,000 then from Western Iowa Tourism this last year. We had conducted an action plan a couple years ago, and we had one segment of that plan that needed to be completed this year, and it was focused on workforce recruitment, entrepreneurship, youth engagement. So we did launched an ICANN commercial. We also partnered with the SciBiz Lab for a market analysis of O'Brien County to identify the county's strengths and weaknesses. And then we hosted, in conjunction with Sheldon, a career day on April 3rd, and we will make that an annual event as well.
Nice.
Also, we have a value-added egg steering committee. It's the longest-serving committee that it actually formed the year the OCEDC was incorporated. They have worked diligently over the years with us in agribusiness recruitment. Every year they do award the Egg Hall of Fame Award. They have also been the only value-added egg committee to receive the Iowa Area Development Group Silver Shovel Award for the work they do for agribusiness. And then last year they hosted a farm labor housing seminar and looked into farm labor housing in O'Brien County. So I'd like to say thank you for your partnership, your support. If you have any questions or comments, you're always welcome to contact me. And do you have any questions? I know I went through that really fast.
Thank you for your efforts.
Yeah. And thank you for coming in to visit with us. It's wonderful to see the highlights each year that you come in.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Any other questions, Connie? All right. Thank you, Kiana.
Thank you.
Next in our agenda, number 4, we will now open the public hearing for the proposed amendment number 4 to the amended and restated Sheldon Urban Renewal Plan. And has anything been received in writing?
No.
Thank you. Since there are no comments for the public hearing, do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. A roll call to close, please.
Funkert.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. And then the second part of item number 4 is the resolution. It's now time to approve by resolution determining an area of the city to be blighted and economic development area, and that the rehabilitation, conservation, redevelopment, development, or a combination thereof of such area is necessary in the interest of the public health, safety, or welfare of the residents of the city, designating such area as appropriate for urban renewal projects, and adopting the amendment number 4 to the amended and restated Sheldon Urban Renewal Plan.
Could you say that again,
I
please,
would
quickly?
not love to do that, but thanks for asking. Any questions on what that means? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
What's that mean? I assume it just means that we qualify, it's qualified as a urban renewal area.
Yep,
Yes.
and it means that
Okay.
the project that was added was a specific development project for deluxe feeds.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
what I assumed.
Thank you. Okay, then do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Support.
Thank you. Last request for any questions or comments regarding the approval of this resolution. May I have a roll call, please?
Gills.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Number 5 is setting the date and time for a public hearing on proposed amendments to the Sheldon zoning ordinance. We would like to have this held on August 2nd, 2017, and this will be at our 12 o'clock noon meeting. And that is the last of our 12 o'clock noon meetings for the year. Do we have a motion to approve this, setting this date and time for the public hearing?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Randy, Greg.
Thanks.
Greg, Randy. Right?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
He got it
Just want to
first.
make sure.
He was on his quicker than I.
May I have a roll call, please?
Hamel.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Funkert.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. And now we will go on to number 7. First, we're going to consider approval of resolution of necessity for implementing the Prairie Trail Multifamily Residential Urban Revitalization Plan. Sean, would you like to just give a brief scenario on that for us before we move forward on approving?
Certainly. As you recall, we have a revitalization plan in the Trilogy subdivision that was actually extended for an additional 2 years. This plan will essentially mirror that plan. In general, this plan provides an exemption for commercial property if the commercial property consists of at least 3 units, and those units have to comprise at least 75% of the space for residential purposes. So again, we wanted to extend an incentive for development within the Prairie Trail Addition subdivision.
Awesome. Thank you. Any further definition, questions, comments? If not, then do we have a motion to approve by resolution?
So move.
Support.
Thank you.
Just clarify, this will be followed by a public hearing,
Yes.
which you're about to set, and then ordinance and other opportunity for input and consideration of comments, etc.
Thank you, Micah. Got that? I don't want to move on. Did I do my roll call? No. May I have a roll call, please?
Funkert.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Thank you. Then backing up to number 6, this would be setting the date and time for the public hearing on the Prairie Trail Multifamily Residential Urban Revitalization Plan. We would like to have this on September 20, 2017 at 4:30 in the afternoon. Do we have a motion to approve setting this date and time for the public hearing?
So moved.
Support.
Comments?
The reason it would be in September is because under the code, we require significantly more notice for
31
this particular type of project. So again, there's plenty of opportunity for the public to weigh in.
Thank you. And may I have a roll call, please?
Funkert.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Sawyer.
Aye.
Hamel.
Aye.
Gills.
Aye.
I think this weather's getting to us, right? Number 8, considering the pay estimate number 12 in the Crossroads Pavilion. That amount is $136,336.42. Todd, did you want to comment on anything with there?
Just thought I should
Thank you.
point out that this pay request does show a reduction in the retainage. So we had been retaining 5% of the contract total, and this would cut the retainage down to 2.5%, so half.
Thank you.
Staff has talked about it. We're okay with it because of the amount of completion that they're at.
Have you done any final inspections on it yet?
We have done a punch list walkthrough. They're still in the process of repairing them through things. We have not scheduled a final inspection as of yet.
Okay.
Did you get the fire marshal and the capacity?
Would they have approved
Okay, yeah.
a much more a different number for us? Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve pay estimate number 12?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Last request for any comments, further comments? May I have a roll call, please?
Funkert,
Aye.
Sawyer,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Gills,
Aye.
Hint,
Aye.
Thank you. Number 9 on our agenda is consider the approval of an assistant recreation director. This person's name is Montserrat Figueroa.
Yes.
Did I say it right? And it goes by what? Matsi? Mansi. Okay, would you care to elaborate? Mansi, please.
Sure. Monsi was interviewed by the rec director as well as the director out at NCC, the Lifelong Learning Center, and was selected to or recommended for the position of assistant rec director for the city of Sheldon. The cost or the wage is split in half between both the community college and the city. Again, the work generally is 50% city and the community college. It might vary from year to year slightly, but the agreement is that the wage would be split between the two entities. The benefits are paid for by the city itself. The recommended wage is $30,000.
And start date?
Start date would be within the next week, if approved by City Council.
And right now, we're currently with Josh is now gone, right? So the sooner we can get someone in there and help him, the better. It's a busy time. Okay. And obviously, this comes as a recommendation on behalf of Jake and the Park and Rec Committee, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. So do we have a motion then to approve the wage for the assistant director, rec director, Mansi Figueroa? I can never say it. Got to practice.
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. No further discussion?
The 30,000 is the full time or full salary. We would
That's
have half of that obligation, correct?
Thank you.
Not necessarily half, I don't think, Sean.
It-
It depends upon hours worked.
Yes.
It might be 16-14, it might be 17-13, depends upon where the person spends their time.
Yeah, but
Right.
it varies, but generally the agreement was to have it split in half, but it depends on how much time is
Okay.
spent with each entity.
All right.
Yep.
College reimburses based on the salary for the hours worked at the LORC.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you for the clarification. All right, may I have a roll call, please?
Hint,
Aye.
Sawyer,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Funkert,
Aye.
Gills,
Aye.
Thank you. Last on the agenda is comments. I'll share mine at the end. Any comments? Here we come around. Council on my left. All right.
I'm just a question, how are our wells holding out in the water supply, and do we need to consider voluntary restrictions on water? Or
We're not to that point yet. We have seen loss in production, but the water superintendent and I are not prepared to ask for restrictions yet.
okay, good.
Deep wells, having the deep wells is helping tremendously.
You're still blending?
Yes,
Yeah,
we never stopped.
yeah.
Great. Sean, yes? Okay.
Yes.
Has there ever been a time when we didn't use them?
The deep wells?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I started here in 2000, and we didn't run a deep well other than normal exercising till about 2008 or 9-ish.
Oh, okay.
And then we turned them back off, but since 2012, we've never turned them off.
Right.
Since the drought of 12.
Okay.
Pray for rain.
Till LNC gets here, we may never turn them off.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Sean.
Department heads and superintendents, as well as the city clerk, have done a phenomenal job monitoring the budget. Department budgets during the past fiscal year all ended with less expense than had been budgeted. So again, kudos to those that were monitoring their budgets.
Wonderful, that's good news, thank you. My one comment is we still have openings on the boards and commissions. Thank you for putting that out in the media. If you could continue to do that so we can maybe get some interest from people. The openings are on Park and Rec, Trails, Airport, and Planning and Zoning Council. If you know of anyone, if you could please, and I'll try to do this too. When I left here, that kind of wasn't on my mind, but if we can think about people who are willing, able, and interested, that'd be great if we could get those filled up soon. So again, it's Park and Rec, Airport, Trails, and Planning and Zoning. Any questions, call me, or you can leave word at the city office too. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Can I have a roll call, please?
Hamel,
Aye.
Funkert,
Aye.
Gills,
Aye.
Sawyer,
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.